Всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами снова Сергей Рибера. Мы продолжаем играть в Шерлока Холмса «Преступление и наказание». Прошлая серия закончилась на том, что мы завершили дело «Судьба Черного Питера», и теперь у нас новое задание, это «Тайна исчезнувшего поезда». Ночная станция, ожидание поезда, невероятная загадка. Холмс и Ватсон возвращаются с отдыха и попадают в самый центр тайны. Вот. Это новое дело. Письма. Так. Что тут еще есть? Ну, мы вроде все собрали, да? Все у нас есть. Ватсон уже.
Holmes, please call a cab while I pack my suitcase. We should be late for the train.
Ватсон, давай побыстрее, я уже собрался.
Look after Mrs. Hudson for us, Toby.
Ой, мы Тоби не берем. Жаль, жаль. Какой кошмар. А, кстати, давайте еще посмотрим. Там мадам это остался. Ой, опять она. Опять она, да. Ничего не меняется. Ну все, тогда можно отправляться.
Watson, I'll hold a cab for us. We leave in 5 minutes for the station.
Неделю спустя. Тайна исчезнувшего поезда. Это наше новое дело.
What a gloomy night. It was warmer inside the waiting hall.
Since the station master told us that the train is about to arrive, we should not have to wait very much longer.
Yes, at last.
Attention! The train is arriving at the station. Please stand well away from the platform edge.
I'll take your bags and your blasted archive suitcase. But, Holmes, the headlight. It's faded away.
Something is wrong. I can't hear any sound from the incoming train.
Excuse me, sir. Can you explain what has happened?
I don't know. It's as if the train vanished into thin air.
Holmes, say something.
Quick, fetch a lantern and let us take a look.
Это точно был поезд.
It's too dark. Only fog and rails, nothing else.
There is no use in stumbling around here at night. We will come back tomorrow.
Мне кажется, это был не поезд. Слишком как-то тихо для поезда. Еще ничего нету. Это нам просто подсказывают.
Well, here we are again at Evesham Station. We have a full day ahead. Let us begin our investigation.
Ага. Так, смотрите место исчезновения. Смотрите пути, где исчез поезд. Ну, побежали тогда туда. F. Ага. Талант воображения. Позволяет представить себе предметы и события, но только в ограниченных ситуациях.
This is the place where we saw the train vanish last night.
A discarded item, possibly thrown from the train. There are no tracks or footprints on the ground. A discarded railway sleepers, nothing unusual.
Так. Что еще?
The
Рельсы.
rails have not been touched. There's nothing unusual here. There are no signs to indicate that the train ran off the track, nor are there any other traces. There is nothing whatsoever. There are no clues. But then, a negative result is also a result.
Oh, I see what you're getting at. No clues and you're smiling.
Yes, Watson, I do smile on occasion. This mystery appears very promising. This investigation won't be simple. We shall require a map of the region.
Perhaps the station master could lend us one.
Бежали тогда. Так. Вон он, этот начальник станции. Здравствуйте.
Good morning. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Yes, I remember you. I'm Station Master Everett. You were here last night. So, you are Mr. Holmes, the great detective. Will you be investigating what happened?
I shall indeed.
It is extraordinary that an entire train could disappear like that. And to think of all the poor people inside it, the passengers, the driver.
Портрет. Портрет — это наше любимое дело. Седые волосы. Значок смотрителя. Пятна грязи. Обручальное кольцо. Типичные приметы.
Could you please give us any details about the train?
Well, there was nothing so very special about it. At least not that I can recall. My memory's not what it used to be. However, if you need it, you can have the train composition report. It's inside my office.
Хорошо. Тут все осмотрим. Карта путей.
I would be glad to have a detailed map of the local railway district.
But of course, please, take the one that's pinned inside the waiting hall.
See you later, my good man.
Нам нужна любая зацепка, поэтому мы посмотрим все здесь. Так. Тут, похоже, ничего, да? Там дальше, туда дальше. Мы не пойдем. Так, тут у нас ничего нету. Ватсон, не мешайся, пожалуйста. Идет расследование. Ты только все портишь.
An old locomotive bell. This part is probably from a locomotive. This place serves as a storage area for the station. This part is probably from a locomotive.
Остальное больше тут ничего нету. Ладно. Waiting hall. Зал ожидания. Так. Вот он, как раз вон та карта, которая нам нужна.
This map will be useful.
О, вот она. Как раз. Так. Улики. Начальник станции Ившем. Ему лет 60. Долгое время был женат. Свежая грязь на рукавах указывает на частую работу в саду. Его почетный значок начальника станции свидетельствует о долгой службе. Выражает всем своим видом желание тихой, стабильной жизни.
Railway post bags.
То же самое. Да. Тут то же самое. Так, это, собственно, кабинет, видимо, смотрителя, да? Письменный стол. Message to all station. Mr. Robinson is located at Brinlington Station.
A new telegram.
I think we should meet this Mr. Robinson.
Ага. Сообщение всем станциям. Мистер Робинсон находится на станции Бридлингтон. Это сам
Here is
поезд.
the train set.
Маршрут Ноттинген, Лондон. Тип ЛСВДЖ. ЖД. Номер 324. Состав локомотив. Вагон для перевозки угля. Вагон первого класса. Почтовый. Специальный. Заказан мистером Робинсоном. Вагон второго класса. Понятно. Так.
A telegraph.
Телеграф. Остальное больше тут ничего нету. Смотритель. Больше тут, походу, ничего нету.
According to the train composition report, there was a special wagon. What does that entail?
That's a highly secure car, ordered by a private party. It is generally to carry something of value. Those wagons have iron walls, you know, without any windows. And they're fitted with a complex key lock.
That is important information. Do you know what was inside this particular wagon?
Certainly not. No, that's private. And it's not my responsibility to allot the wagons to whoever.
Was there anything exceptional about any of the passengers aboard the train?
What do you mean? Like officials? I wouldn't know. Oh, but now that you mention it, yes, there was something. There was a message from Bridlington station saying that the train had been delayed because of an issue with the passengers. What kind of problem that they didn't say?
That is interesting.
Угу.
You mentioned a problem at Bridlington station. I should like to visit this station. Could you mark it on the local map?
Of course. It's a suburban railway station. You might take a cab there.
See you later, my good man.
Хорошо. Так, тут вроде больше ничего нету, да? С этой стороны. С этой стороны у нас ничего нету. Ну, тогда давайте. Давайте на следующую станцию. Едем. Так, тут нам тоже дают свободное управление. Так, сюда мы не зайдем никуда. Здравствуйте. С вами, походу, нельзя поговорить, да? Да. Обычный персонаж. Так. Дверь. О. А вот, похоже, этот мистер Робинсон.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day. To whom am I speaking?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is...
Are you a representative of this damned railway company? Because I have a complaint.
We are not from the railway company. We are...
Well, in that case, Mr. Shamrock Flomes, please excuse me, but I'm not in the mood for idle chit-chat at the moment.
Вот это дерзость. Да. Австралийская шляпа. Дорогая одежда.
You must be Mr. Robinson, is that correct?
Yes?
I am leading the investigation of the disappearing train. It would help if you could answer my questions.
Ah, well, all right. I have nothing to hide.
Специальный вагон.
I presume it was you who placed the order for the special wagon.
Yes. It was to transport my valuable prototype safely to London. My prototype is a revolutionary device. It is capable of producing electricity. I'm a businessman and an engineer. I had already found several potential customers for my invention, but I was very optimistic about the directors' board who were travelling on the train last night.
You mentioned a director's board. Which company do they own?
The Chilean Barcazes Company. I had made an appointment with them. Now they are lost, along with the train and my prototype.
What do you know about the Barcazes Company?
It's a large South American company. They showed a great deal of interest in my prototype, and they seemed wealthy enough to do business with.
This revolutionary machine of yours, was it very valuable?
For God's sake, sir, it is priceless. It could change the world we live in, and yet I was selling it for almost nothing. I am a humanitarian you see. I do not know if I will ever be able to get over this disaster. I cannot believe that it disappeared with that damned train.
Понятно.
Mr. Robinson, could you please clarify? Were you travelling alongside your prototype?
Yes, I was. But I had to step off the train. And all because of this stupid station master.
I received a telegram declaring that an important person, a Mr. Bromsby, wished to see you in the waiting room. I merely informed you of this.
Mr. Bromsby is a wealthy gentleman. His interest in my invention was truly unexpected. So yes, of course, I agreed to see him. Unfortunately, he wasn't there. I thought perhaps he might have been delayed, so I chose to wait a while. But despite my requests, the train left the station without me. Absolutely unacceptable.
The timetable is strict. We cannot wait any longer. The regulations require the train to be on time.
You are an idiot. You will pay for it. I will sue you.
Goodbye, sir.
Чувствую, дело будет сложное. Да.
This is an absolute scandal. It's always the same with these rail companies. No respect for the customer.
Что случилось?
Please calm down, sir. What is your concern?
Concern? What is my concern? I'll tell you what my concern is. Last night I were on the train as usual with my colleague, heading home. Then along came this ridiculous ticket inspector, who started arguing that our tickets were invalid. He made us get off the train, and he was extremely rude about it.
Were you aboard the train that vanished last night?
Yes, I heard that it disappeared. But I don't care because we would have stopped before then anyway. Our tickets were valid and no doubt about it. And then, to top it all, the ticket inspector pushed everyone else out too, except for a bunch of rich. Well, because their type don't need a ticket.
Can you recall anything more specific about this fortunate group?
Well, yes. They were all foreigners. Spanish-looking toffs with snake eyes.
Goodbye, sir. The ticket inspector forced all the passengers from the train except for the directors of the Barcazes Chilean Company.
Угу. Вот. Так. Из поезда высадили все пассажиров, кроме директоров компании, чилийской компании Барказас. Они единственные поехали дальше после станции Бринглингтон. Случайность, чилийцы случайно оказались в поезде, билетный контролер их не заметил. Ну как это? Чилийцы исчезли, директоров чилийской компании Барказас специально оставили в поезде. Контролер высадил всех пассажиров из поезда, кроме чилийцев. Скорее всего, это. Сразу у нас куча улик. Да. Так, а с этим можем поговорить? Щель в полу. Листок бумаги. Опачки.
The insurance policy for Robinson's machine. A significant sum.
Страховой полис номер 25-64-58. Томас Робинсон застраховал свой прототип автономный электрический генератор. Настоящим полисом гарантируется возмещение стоимости прототипа до 50% в случае потери. Максимальная сумма выплаты 15 тысяч фунтов. Срок действия 1 год, возможно продление. Так. Судя по рукам и одежде, он является специалистом рабочим. Нет багажа, едет один, не путешествует, не в отпуске с женой. Ездит этим поездом каждый день на работу и обратно. Он привык к железной дороге и должен знать, знать станции и постоянных пассажиров. Робинсон состоятельный человек, высоко ценится обществом, на что указывает дорогая одежда и золотое кольцо. Австралийская шляпа и туфли из крокодиловой кожи выдают в нем иностранцам. Возможно, он в деловой поездке. Так. Угу. У нас куча всего просто.
Good day to you, gentlemen. How may I help you?
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I am investigating the unfortunate disappearance of last night's train.
I see. I'm Station Master Bertram, but my supervisor has not informed me about this. I do not know if...
Do not worry. I have only a few questions. Station Master Everett from Evesham told us that you reported a problem with some passengers last night.
Indeed. This train is a regular line for those who work at Nottingham. But yesterday, everyone was asked to get off the train here at my station. I've no idea why, and it delayed the train. But the worst of it is that now I have to deal with two furious passengers who are complaining about the company's service. They stayed here the whole night, but people do not usually pay much attention to the regulations, you see. There are very strict and clear rules. Paragraph 234 of Article 2G-43 states that in the event of a complaint, you must...
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Инструкция чего там? Блин, не могу понять. Надпись загородила.
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
О, сообщение начальника секрета. Здание поезда, карта пути, новый начальник станции. Чего? Блин, не могу. Сейчас, подождите. Подумаю немного. Опоздание поезда. Карта пути, новый начальник станции. По-моему, это вообще никуда, ни туда, ни сюда. Состав поезда, страховой полис. Ой, не то. Неправильно. Что-то...
Apart from the passengers disembarking, did you notice anything else that was unusual last night?
I did. And I mentioned it in my report to our higher management on the matter.
What was it?
Sorry, but I can't tell you. The station master's reports are confidential.
Confidential, you say? How long have you been working here?
I've worked here long enough to be quite capable of managing a railway station.
Ну, страховой полис это вообще не имеет никакого дела. Карта пути тоже. Опоздание поезда. Новый
Let me speak
понятно.
frankly, Mr. Bertram. Your age and your lack of confidence in your position are quite apparent. You cannot deny that you have only recently completed your studies.
I was at the top of my class.
Listen here, young man. I am aware that you wish to protect yourself behind all these regulations, but I represent the law.
And you are obstructing the investigation of an important case. I would suggest that you cooperate with Mr. Holmes. Think of your career.
Ah, that is... Well, I'll tell you everything. First of all, I scolded the ticket inspector, for it was he who asked the passengers to leave the train. It was not his right to do so. He was very rude. And then, later on, I received a most peculiar telegram from my colleague at Chesterfield Station, the next stop along the line.
What did the telegram say?
Well, that was the peculiar thing. It was almost unreadable. It was full of errors and awfully vague. It was hard to understand if the train had correctly passed that station or not. You can read it for yourself.
We ought to visit Chesterfield station. We need to confirm if the station master saw the train or not.
Понятно. Читтерфилд. Железнодорожная станция. Поезд прибыл в 0:30. Отправился в 0:35. Господи. Начальник станции Бридлингтон очень молод. Он старается одеваться опрятно и внимательно исполнять обязанности. Свежие чернила на руке указывают на то, что он много писал. Похоже, он недавно закончил учебу, и это его первое серьезное назначение. Ага. Извиняюсь, конечно. Затупил. Ну, с кем не бывает. Все совершают ошибки. Только глупцы их не делают. Да. Цитатки от Сергея Риберы. Здесь, получается, нам делать нечего. Или еще можно осмотреть станцию. Ну-ка. Это ж не все. Вот тут мы не были.
Railway post bags.
Да. Тут мы не были. Давайте посмотрим еще. Сарай. Подсобка. Подсобное помещение. Больше тут ничего нету. Хотя очень странно. Так, а вон там вон. Это что за здание? А, нет. Это уже на выход. Ладно тогда. Окей. Честерфилд. Так, вторую станцию мы посмотрели. Теперь посмотрим эту. Ой, какая-то она немного ночная. Вечерняя, точнее. Chesterfield Train Station.
This bin is full of empty bottles.
Ой. Звук Морзе.
I had thought that all station masters knew the Morse code, but apparently not.
Что-то уже тут непонятное происходит. Смотритель станции. Здравствуйте. Похоже, вы не в себе.
How could he fall asleep at work like this? Excuse me, sir. Wake up. Ah, his breath. He must have swallowed half a distillery.
And that explains the how.
By his sleeping off the alcohol, you mean? Wake up, please,
Huh?
sir.
What? The 18-hour 72 train has arrived?
Good day to you. We are investigating the disappearance of last night's train, and we should like to ask you a few questions.
Боже. Не могу понять, он что, пьяный? А, ну да, понятно. Какая безответственность. За такое уволить могут запросто. Потом это еще
Were there
аукнется.
any passengers who got off that particular train at your station last night?
No, nobody, it seems to me. Although I did not leave my office, so...
No doubt you were very busy.
You don't say. You can't ever get any peace around here. Now you have to send a telegram each time a train arrives and departs.
Station Master Bertram from Bridlington showed me a strange telegram that he received from you last night. It concerned the train, but it was barely comprehensible.
What? He's a fastidious little twerp, that Bertram. I remember everything quite clearly. It was late, and I was tired, but I did my work. So what? There's no need to be so petty.
Бэтром. Пьянство, состав путей. Пьянство
You were
ваше.
not tired, you were inebriated. Tell me the truth now, or I shall not hesitate to document your state in my report.
My friend means that you will end up by being sacked from your position.
All right. So I was drunk. I don't remember all of yesterday, to be truthful to you. Please don't go harsh on me.
Holmes, this man has consumed a considerable amount of alcohol. He's not entirely helpless yet, but...
It will not be long before he is. Obviously, his testimony cannot be trusted.
Смотритель Черсфилда ненадежен. Начальник станции Честерфилд серьезно относится к работе. Ему не следует доверять. Так. Вот. Проехал Честерфилд. Так. Поезд не приезжал в станцию. Ну, скорее не проехал. Мне кажется, так. Пока что это так. Угу.
A telegraph.
Так, ну тут больше делать нечего. Тогда.
A fishing advertisement.
Хотя можно еще осмотреть эту станцию более детальнее. Это уже сделаем тогда в следующей серии. Ладно. Тогда я с вами прощаюсь. Всем спасибо за просмотр. Кто смотрел, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь на мой канал. Всем удачи и до новых встреч.